Hey, what's good, YouTube? This video is just I'm gonna try to offer some tips. And before I even begin, in no shape or form am I a professional. This is not professional advice. This is just my own personal advice of things that have helped me to pass funded accounts and just get over that bump. So, in this video, I'm gonna be explaining 4 things. Maybe I'll do 5. I'll explain 5 things that help me to pass my funded account. That helps me to pass multiple funded accounts. So the first tip I will give is, depending on the account size, I'll stick with the 50K account size because that's what I've been trading with, right? I'll say start small with one contract. That's all I've used to pass my funded accounts, is using one contract. Now, there's no rush. That's one thing I had to learn for myself, is that there's no rush with this. Take your time, by all means. I know this video is about how to pass in less than 5 days, but if you take more than 5 days, even if you take 7, 10, 20, 30 days, it doesn't matter. Take your time. Make sure that you are practicing good risk management and that you're only taking trades that you're comfortable and confident with. But yeah, so just using one contract size. Again, it's for the 50K, just leveraging, right? So I only use one contract size, and as far as my TP, it varies, right? So I mean, if we're doing it from a mathematical standpoint, right, you need to make 3,000 in order to pass. So if you wanted to pass in, well, let's just say less than 5 days, so 4 days, then you'll want to be making $750 a day. So all you would need to do is have a TP set at $750, maybe a little bit more. I'd say like maybe something like $755. Right? And that's because, with each trade, with each order that's filled, they're going to get a commission. They're going to take a commission of $2 and some cents, right? If you're doing one contract. So if you have a TP for $750, then you should be good to pass within 4 days. So as far as the stop loss, I usually just set my stop loss at $250. Now, if I have to go higher than that, that tells me that the trade that I'm placing, I'm not very confident in it, and it's probably not a very good setup. So I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take that trade if that means I'm now over leveraging or doing more than I feel that I need to. So I typically set my stop loss at $250. So number 2, so you could pass, would be don't overtrade. Don't overtrade. Me personally, I feel like if you're making more than 5 trades a day, you're overtrading. Now, if I take 3 losses, that's $750 total, then I'm done. I'm out. I'm not placing a 4th one. I'm not placing a 5th trade. I'll try again the next day. But yeah, do not overtrade. That way, you're practicing good risk management, and you can fight to go on another day, so you're not blowing your account. The third tip I would give, so you could pass within 4 days, is have some good setups. You need good setups. Now, I know on the YouTube space, you got all these gurus and people have so many different strategies, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I will say, from my own personal experience, you want to find a strategy, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, right? But they all need to correlate with each other, right? They all need to work with each other. That way you have multiple confluences, so you're more confident with whatever setup or position that you're taking. And as long as you're confident in your position that you're taking, then you're good. Even if you lose the trade, if you can look back and see maybe why things didn't go your way, or maybe you were close, or you just were off by a little bit, very small tweaks. So So yeah, that's gonna be my third tip to pass within 4 days. So a great fourth tip that I'll say is choosing the right symbol. Y'all didn't see that. Picking the right symbol. So you want to choose a symbol. Now, if you don't know what a symbol is, that's going to be, for example, like NASDAQ, right? Which is NQ. That right there is a symbol. Or S&P 500, which is ES. That is a symbol. So you want to make sure that you're picking a symbol that, number one, is going to actually have some real movement with price. So that way you're actually making some decent money. I'll say reasonably quick, right? And you also want to have a symbol that you can predict, right? So something that you've been working with for a minute, you understand price action, patterns, how it moves. You want to work with a symbol like that. Now, I personally only trade NQ and in rare instances the S&P 500, so ES. Those are the two main symbols that I work with. Why? Because we get a lot of movement with a lot of price action, right? We get a lot of movement, great price action, and I understand them because that's all I really work with, as opposed to me bouncing around from symbol to symbol trying to understand how the pattern is, and then I end up losing money. Stick with what you know. Simply put, my fifth tip is knowing when to take profit. So like I said at the start, with say your take profit is $750, right? And you're working with the symbol like ES or NQ. So you know you get it $750 fairly quickly, as opposed to, you know, a smaller symbol with smaller movement, where it's just each movement it'll basically take a hell of a lot of pips to even reach $750, right? Your TP is $750, your stop loss is at $250. If you start to see that price is struggling a little bit before getting to that 750, let's just say you at 600 and it's been just bouncing between, let's just say 400 and 600. You don't have to take profit at 600, but would that be safer? Yes. Just imagine you could have taken profit at 600, but because you didn't and you're waiting for it to go to 750. What if imagine it doesn't go to 750 and it shoots back up all the way to where you started, where your order was filled, then it goes above that, or I'll just say past that, to your stop loss. Now you're down $250 when you could have just been up $600. But that's all very personal. You can decide to adjust and move your stop loss. So like I said, if it's bouncing around between 400 and 600, you can move your stop loss from negative 250 down to plus 400, for example, or plus 600, for example. So if price starts to retrace, then you're still taking some bit of profit. Or sometimes you could also just set your TP, not your TP, but your stop at break even. That way you don't lose anything, but nor did you gain anything, but still your capital is protected, so you can live on to trade another day. Those are going to be my 5 tips for how to pass in less than 5 days. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you guys in the next one.